Hello and welcome. Time for another video for today's date, which is that of the 11th of October 2018. And I mean, not much is going on the 1 minute time frame for that of Bitcoin. And I've been meaning to talk about something interesting over the last many days. I wish I would have. But anyway, I'll talk about it now. And we'll look at the list of... This is the coins that I trade that are available on this. Everything but two that I trade is here, as the other two are just not available on this site. All right, so I look at all these coins, and we can see Bitcoin here, 62.17, 62.16. This one here is Bitstamp, and I got this in the red to understand that. This is Coinbase. And this is Bitfinex. There's a differential now of 100 points. This is 63.15 and 62.16. For several days, there has been about a 1% difference. Now it's up to 1.8% between this. And I've been wondering, like, what's going on? Why is this one trading at such a little difference? For example, let's just look at the... I'm going to remove these... bars, but the high we'll just do close 66.35 on September 28th, and this was 66.10. Then say a couple days later on the 1st of October it closed at 65.71, and the 1st of October here it closed at 66.01. So it was a 0.5% difference there. And now just another random date before the fact, October 6th, this closed at 65.95, and October 6th 65.44. So there was a differential there of 51 points. That was close to 1%. So it's been consistently for several days noticeably always higher amongst the difference of the two. And just quickly, the Dow Jones, what's it? I got that in a red. It's only down 130. I know it was down 200 before. Gold and silver. Gold is up 21. Interesting. What's going on here? Okay, I didn't even realize this was happening. 15-minute time frame. I didn't even check gold and silver for the day, obviously, because it started breaking out well in my sleeping time, 2:30 in the morning. So silver must be doing the same. I'm not going to look at the gold to silver ratio numbers. That would be the giveaway. Silver's up only 1.65. Okay, well, that's enough about the precious metals. But when we look at some of the declines, Litecoin against the US dollar, decent decline. Litecoin against Bitcoin, decent decline. Ethereum against the US dollar, decent decline. Ethereum against Bitcoin, decent decline. Something like ETC against Binance Coin, decent decline. Decent decline. How about Binance Coin in itself? BNB. Against the dollar, down to 965, so decent decline. But BNB against Bitcoin, decent decline. So the noticeable coins, I think are safe to state, are going to be down against Bitcoin. And I mean the noticeable one, the ones on the key trading high volume ones. But let's just look at some of the ones that are not. ARN has been in a good uptrend. It continues like nothing ever happened. Cyber Miles against Bitcoin. It's continuing. I mean, it's decent decline, but it's doing normal stuff within what you would expect. Something like a Dent. It's like a whatever coin. It's down, but nothing too significant. Gigabyte against Bitcoin. Again, nothing too majorly significant, but it did spark a little bit of a down move. ELF, also sparking a down move as well. EVX, just hanging in there. How about something like a Loom? Komodo got hit pretty good. as it came down towards here. But I like this big trading volatility. I really, really do. So hopefully this can continue doing a lot of up and down choppy action if it's not going to go up yet, because that just means more trade volume. And lately, the last couple of days, I've had some pretty good trade volume on Komodo. Loom against Bitcoin, just doing whatever. Litecoin, I've already shown that. Decent sized decline. Say Neo, that had a decent sized decline. But NPXS is like a whatever code, not doing much. Omi's Go, I haven't even checked that. No buy orders. I haven't got a buy order for that. Ontology, I haven't got a buy order for. PivX was doing pretty good. I haven't traded that in a while. POA, Poly, I didn't do anything with. Populous didn't trade lately. So I mean, it's close. It's at a spot here where it's at 5,054. But I haven't bought. I mean, I got to be close. What's the low here? 48.99. So I probably got a buy order around 4,700 or so in that area. It just hasn't come through. I'm just going to keep it as is. QLC, a decent size move. No buy order for it. Nothing for that. Redcoin, I got it lined. So it's now back to the way it was when I was in the middle of this trading range, with the sell area now at 61 at here, and then the buy order at 48. Steam, I didn't buy any of that. Strat, I didn't buy. THC, I haven't bought recently. Of course, I got the buy order for that in at 341, so sell order at 549, then another sell order at 696. Theta, I bought some. That went down. I bought some of that. Steam, okay, what did there? Tron, I haven't bought in a while or sold in a while. So this one here, I was expecting a lot of buys, but this had a decent size red candle down move, and just because those lines are there, I do not have a buy order at 275. There's no chance at that. I'm probably guessing. I can take a quick look. And it's 341, 479. So how close was I? 345. So this is a spot where, do I just buy it now? I say to myself, 15-minute time frame. Man, that's just unlucky, I guess. I feel like I'm at a spot where I have to change my order up. Either reduce it lower to, like, say 320-ish, or buy it now. See, the safe play in me buys it now, because I can just still put another buy order in at like 300, 310. So I'm just gonna probably now change my order. So I'm gonna move on next to the TUSD. Actually, that's right below it. And 321 is the buy order I put in, and now, like I stated with TUSD, it having its up move with Bitcoin going to the upside, daily chart. Man, I mean, I could have easily taken these sells. I got one sell order. One. And I got a decent amount of this. 33,000-ish. That would equate to about $3,000 Bitcoin. But knowing me, if it's going to go to 3,000, not saying that it will, but if it does, I would probably be aware of it moving into form. Meaning I'm going to see it go down from 5 to 4 before it gets to 3. And when I see that, I'm going to take 10, 15, 20% of what I got, 25%, and then just buy Bitcoin. Because that's just me. VET, I didn't trade any of that. I should be checking my orders on these down moves for stuff like this. But for the most part, I really think you're fine using the strategy that I am and just letting the movements come to you, kind of deal. Like, just wait for the orders to trade. I mean, VeChain really hasn't been doing anything for a while, so I've been waiting even before all this for it to go down or up. Vericoin hasn't traded for me, and I didn't have a sell order in for this. My sell order is higher, than this number, so I was able to take no part of this. Just for fun, how's the Canadian dollar looking? Well, that's bullish for gold and silver. That's showing the US dollar is losing its value today. This is, we got gold and silver now against the Canadian dollar. So we can see 2% gold, 1.8% silver. So the ratio is practically unchanged. Lumen, I didn't trade any of this. And now I gotta check this one out again. What's the low for the day? 2181. And my buy order is in at 2020. So I don't need to do anything with this. Just keep it going. Ripple, I did get an order in yesterday. I bought that last night. So it automatically came through. Verge did not trade for me. So it's got to be close. These lines don't necessarily mean much at all other than they're big like resistance key points, which you'll probably see better on the 3-day. Well, actually better on the daily, but just actually seeing enough of the days. Yeah, it's just a key resistance point. As far as my next trades, I got a buy order and a sell order. They're in at 221, 299. So I missed it by 5 basis points. I'm not going to do much to change it now. I mean, I could buy it, I suppose, at 231. But it still is a differential of 5%. So I'm just going to leave it at that. See, the risk here, if I don't buy now, is this thing can rally all the way up nicely to like 279 and I'm going to get no action. Which is fine, but if I buy now, I would probably put my sell order in at, so it's got to be greater than 10%, but not much greater. So 30 basis points, so like 260, probably put to 258, 259 if I were to buy now. But I'll just keep it going through automatically. ZEC hasn't traded for me in a coon's age. And I can see why in here on the daily time frame, but 178 didn't hit. What do we got as a low? 1759. And I got 165, 222, so I don't got a buy order till down here. And I'm basically don't got a buy order till the support level and the resistance level. So pretty large spread differential for me amongst this one. Zen didn't buy for me, but it's been, ooh, this is an interesting bearish pattern. The one thing I hate about selling stuff like this is you could easily miss out on a move like this. And, you know, I like to say, quote unquote, my luck, that would probably happen, but I gotta think Bitcoin has very much a similar, if not a little more aggressive pattern down. But you got just showing a lot of weakness amongst the 18 of lows. In and around, basically resisting the support from August 4th and then September 17th. I don't trade it against Bitcoin, but I can always see how it looks. And yeah, a little weaker, as we can see here, the level of support here, resistance on this front. This level of support, it looks like it's taking it through. So the aggressive play for me is to take all to most or a decent amount of the tokens, just sell them on the market, and then look to buy them back at a price that maybe, if you want to be, well, next level is like 190, one high 180s. If you really wanted to play aggressive, you could try to go for the 150 or even below that, the 112 number, but I just don't have the aggressiveness to really go out and do that. Now, I should have the dollar index on here. I didn't talk about that. I never really thought about it, and this is it right here. And on its daily time frame, okay, you've had a nice little break. You came back down the 18 average lows as a support test. Is this going to be a real move? We're going to find this out, because if this shows failure amongst such, and I see weakness amongst what would be either that of a flat to declining 18 lows, then I'm going to be pessimistic and stating this is a failed breakout. But correctionary move. If this comes in, we start to see strength amongst the 18 highs, starting to lift up above, below this resistance, and then shortly thereafter breaking it, I would expect a fast move going from 96.19 to 96.90. And what a small amount of volatility. That's only like almost like a 1% move from this level to this level. And in cryptos, I'd be thinking on a daily chart, that'd be like a 10, 20, 30% move. Just some other ones. I didn't look at the cred. Ooh, this thing didn't buy for me. How did I not buy that? And I got a decent amount to go at 525. Okay, let's let it go through. I mean, the volatility still isn't that big. For the size of this red candle down, open of 63.85, close of 57.90. I mean, that's still only like 8%. So, I mean, this red candle, it's just amongst low volatility in here. I mean, this red candle is nothing compared to some of these moves before, but alrighty. Cloak, that didn't trade for me. So be it. And App C and Cardano will finish this off with App C. So it's obviously broken below. So we've already started its leg lower from this break. It's a small one now. It could continue an okay small one going down to 905, 900 area. And then if it does that, is it going to test any of this for a higher low here, matching low, lower low, all that kind of stuff? It did make a higher high from this high on this last one. So I would be looking at this as it's favored to make a higher high. Whether after making a higher high, which would be like now 850, 780, somewhere in there, and it would have to make a rally after that to thus have a low. Whether it would break this high, I do not know, but I realize that if this doesn't make a higher low, that any type of support test becomes very thematic when you make a higher high, and if it's to come down here, because one, you could be building a head and shoulders pattern. Two, I mean, it could just easily break it and have a decent leg thereafter. Break of key support here at 1040 came down to like 700. Okay, so this will be it. I came on here starting talking about the situation of the Bitfinex and the cryptocurrency of the Tether. And it's not a surprise to see the cryptos going down within a situation of that, but Tether being a failure of any sort does not affect, in my opinion, at all, like Bitcoin, Litecoin, all of these currencies, because, well, those have been, obviously the Tethers, if it's a fraudulent coin, it's a fraudulent coin. And any type of down moves, I would expect to just rebound. And I'm hoping that, and I want to show Bitcoin within this. Let me just put it on. What I would like to see happen is there to be a big scare amongst this whole Tether aspect. A situation where it has a very fast move to 3,000. Maybe it goes from like 58 to 3,000 and in between 8 to 40 hours or something on that level. Just really fast. And then to go to 3,000 to 4,000 within like the hour or 4. Although I would like to have enough time when it gets to 3,000 for me to buy a bunch of coins. And then everything go up from that point on. That would be ideal for me. But like always, market's going to do what it's going to do. Still within the weekly term time frame with a big move down. It's just like a whatever down move with low volatility compared to everything pre-September 3rd. This is big volatility compared to the previous 4 periods. But we look at the size of this red candle compared to all of these candles that precede it. I mean, here's some low ones. I mean, that's low volatility like it was back in June of last year. In this case, it was a high of about 26, a low of about 23. Differential of 300, that's 10%. What's our volatility now? It's about 10%. So thank you for tuning in. Have yourself a great day. Bye bye.